We're walking back through the book of First John, and we've kind of jumped into chapter 2 this week. And we're taking these little snippets of scripture to help us understand this book a little bit better with a little more depth and help us to figure out how we're supposed to live our lives out as a result of it. So First John chapter 2, verse 7, Beloved, I'm writing to you no new commandment, but an old commandment that you had from the beginning. The old commandment is the word you heard. At the same time, it's a new commandment. And it's one of these confusing moments where he said it's not new, it's old, and you've had it, but it's actually new. And the idea there is that it's something that you've heard, but maybe not something that you apply, or maybe you need to rethink how you're applying it. What's the commandment? Well, what's the build up here? What's the old, the new? What is it? Here it is. Whoever says he is in the light and hates his brother is still in darkness. The commandment is something that Jesus gave us back in John 13, where he's like, this is how you're going to know that who my disciples are, is that you love each other just as I've loved you. So that's the command that we have from the beginning, but we all need kind of a refresher sometimes, because garbage goes on and it causes some rifts in the family. 2020 was one of those times where there were some rifts. The election, that whole season. Politics is dangerous. Politics is dangerous because it kind of becomes a war where you're going to choose sides. And the thing about a war is there's winners and there's losers. When it comes to the family of God, there's people in God's family who are Democrats, and people who are Republicans, and people who are independents. And the thing about politics is it seduces so deeply that sometimes we forget that we're actually part of a family. That we're supposed to love our brothers and love our sisters as Christ loved us. It's an old commandment, but it's something that needs to be renewed in our hearts on a regular basis. That these people who I sing with on Sunday or watch on stream on Sunday are my brothers and my sisters. I love them. That's what Jesus has called us to do. That's the mark of what it looks like to be a Christian, is that we love our brothers and we love our sisters. So my question for you is, how are you doing with that? Is it happening? How's it look? Do you struggle with some of it in your heart? Let me suggest this, that if you're struggling there, then you need to go back to a little bit of 1 John 1:9, where it talks about confessing the sin. If it's a command and you're breaking it, then guess what? You're sinning. And so it's time to confess that thing. It's time to get right with God over it. There'll be a lot more joy as the family reconnects.